Welcome, everyone. Today is Thursday, and that means more Star League action coming at you guys. We're starting things off with Group Classic. Classic versus HyuN will be the first match. I'm Wolf. With me is Moonglade today, looking handsome as usual.
Mate, it was a day to let your hair down, let it flow long and beautiful. And I'm glad to be here once again for Star League. And this map, this group is fantastic.
It really is.
It really is interesting. I mean, HyuN, Rogue, Classic, and TY.
Yeah.
As you can see, all these four players right here. One of them has a lollipop. Lucky Rogue. I wish I had one right now.
Yeah.
But I got to talk to HyuN a little bit before this match. We'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later, but this first match is actually going to be very interesting. On paper, HyuN versus Classic, it doesn't look like it should be like, well, like this is going to be a really close one and all that. It's actually going to be a lot closer than I think everyone's going to be thinking, and HyuN got the map he wanted first, Terraform. He has a very interesting all-in on this map.
Yep. He banned Cactus Valley and Echo, whereas Classic banned Iron Fortress and Expedition Lost, so Terraform remains in the pool, which is really important because those picks and bans are done today. They're done like right before the matches actually. So you can plan a build for a map, but if your opponent just bans it, well, that's too bad. So it's really important that you mentioned this actually. He has a specific build for Terraform, but he gets the map, so that's really important.
It's super important, yeah. It's going to mean he's going to get that momentum to start things off as well. If this strategy works out, if he manages to get this all in down, he's going to create that momentum that might just give him the edge to overcome someone like Classic, one of the best players, if not the best player in the world right now, and knock him down to the lower bracket.
Well, so I looked at this group, on paper, and I thought to myself, Classic is the best player in the world. I'm riding that, hype train of this guy's the best, this guy's the best. I really think he is. I think he's, like, undisputedly the best. If someone could beat him, of course, that will change. But right now, I'm looking at this thinking this guy is the best. So I look at this group. This is the first group. We have this group system where they name the groups after the top player, the favored player. Yeah. This is the first group I look at this where I go, well, this really makes sense. Like, Classic is by far and above the best player in this group.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I mean, there's always dangers. HyuN is always a dangerous player there. He's always had success, all around the world. He can beat the top players, but it really comes down to what he has planned, and he seems like he's really prepared for today.
And sometimes these players sleep on HyuN. We saw this in the past. Some of these Zerg versus Zerg players actually just don't expect HyuN to do well. He just 3-0s them in Star League. Does really well. I think he has a decent chance of getting out of this group. Beating Classic, on the other hand, I'm glad he's got something prepared, but I still highly favor Classic going into this one. But it's good to know that he has really good strategies prepared. Everybody always does, right?
They certainly do for something like Star League or GSL. Like when you are playing that one match a week or one group a week, you do have all the time in the world to sit back and be like, okay, I'm going to study each matchup, I'm going to study each map it can be on, dissect their play, and find their weaknesses.
Absolutely. Let's see if Classic can deny HyuN's strategy here. We're going into the first map, set 1 here. Classic, the defending champion against HyuN, again the challenger here. Let's see if he can make it further than he ever has in Star League. Get out of that group.
It'd be an amazing thing if he could actually go that far. HyuN always has the potential, but he never finds it in career. It's the one place that he can't find it.
Yeah. Back at home, he has trouble. Overseas, he's a totally different beast. All right, guys, let's go into map number 1 on Terraform.
Push it.
Down here in the bottom right, in red, it's Classic, the defending champion of Star League.
Defeating his teammate in the Grand Finals last season. He's a bit of a teammate killer when it comes to Grand Finals of Star League.
Yeah.
A horrible thing.
It's unfortunate, indeed.
And up here in the top left, we do have the Zerg player HyuN from Team Rocat, looking to create an upset in this first match. On this first map, he's really banking on this build he's got prepared.
Now, back to what you were saying about Classic defeating his teammates. It's funny that just in the recent IEM that he won, he ended up beating Parting, who was his former teammate. So even if you think about it even further than that, it just seems to be a bit of a curse.
It's kind of an ironic thing, It's like the fact that it's happened 3 times now that he's won titles because of it. Parting's definitely a different, kind of a different player. Is certainly like they got a bit of negative history. They really dislike each other. And I mean, have a look at this. That proxy hatchery. This is part of his plan. He's planning to build 3 spine crawlers there and go all in with mass lings.
So it's going to be kind of like a spine crawler push with lings, with queens pushing the creep
with lings. It's kind of like something that you'd see Nesty do way back in the day against. God, what was his name again? There was a player, Inca.
Inca, yeah.
Remember
I knew it was an OGS player.
Yeah, Inca. He did that against Inca. He really invented that strategy. But HyuN has figured it out. A good place to put the hatchery. Probe hasn't scattered it yet. And it's all about getting the creep up there, throwing down those spines, and coming through there with a lot of speedlings.
Well, this is such a great meta play because it also really confuses the Protoss, because when you go to the base and you see there's no hatchery there, your first thought is not, oh, he's outside my base. Your first thought is, oh, he probably took the gold base. And you check the gold base and you're like, oh, he could have taken a weird gold base. You check that. This is going to be the last place you expect to see a hatchery, actually.
Yeah, it certainly would be. But it's so close to the natural. It's almost as close as you can get without it being scattered out here. Classic doesn't know any better. He's scouting everywhere he can. He has to find this hatchery, and he knows it's on the map because there's no way that HyuN doesn't have the money for it.
Yeah. You know, at this point, he's probably very confused to see a shot of him here. HyuN's sticking to the plan. Now, at this point, these gateway units, or rather these gateways, are very exposed. They're very far at the front. And if he loses his wall for just a second with his fast link speed, he's going to probably just lose the game. So it's important for him to make sure he keeps the wall tight. And that's going to be difficult against spine crawlers, but the longer he holds, the better chance he has. No,
God. He's even going to get into the main.
This is tragically bad.
Oh, this is a great start for HyuN. Those links came in at just the right time. And it's only going to get worse from there because speed is on the way. It's about halfway done at this point.
Yep. Classic is walling this off, and he needs to actually make a building. If these links come through here, this is going to get even worse.
Oh,
get through. Man, more and more links coming through.
He's going for the pylon as well. It's going to try and unpower that cybernetics core.
Oh, if he loses that probe, he can't wall it. He needs to wall this. He needs to place another structure. He thought about doing a pylon. He wants a gateway so bad. Okay, he will get the gate.
Oh, but the links get in anyway.
The links get in anyways.
Big fail there on that probe block. 2 zealots out there.
Yep, they're going to need to get to minimize that surface area. The queen is just crawling her way in as well. If he loses that mothership core, the strategy gets the more powerful because then he can't use Nexus Cannon. You know what? He's getting very low, 45 hit points.
Link speed, moments from finishing as well. These zealots got surrounded, or at least one of them did. Mothership core cannot die either.
Oh man, HyuN looks like he's poised to take this game. 21 hit points left on that mothership core. He's targeting it. And meanwhile, this sentry does get one force field up, but his gate's getting very low. Okay, the mothership core does survive. Probes save it.
Probes stopping the queen here. That's actually a big victory. It's going to keep that mothership core in the game, able to actually attack these Zergs for a while longer.
Now, the gates are still powered. The cybernetics core, however, is not. The zealot is slipping around doing a spin dance over there, but he's not actually doing any damage to these lings. I think this game is over. There's no way he can hold. He can actually just go through into the main base.
He cannot hold both bases. Yeah. The shock on Classic's face right now. He cannot believe this is actually happening. What a great start to HyuN.
Sick build here. A great strategy. Well executed. Very well done. And it's great to have this as map number 1. By the way, the 3 maps that you get are chosen by random by a referee who draws them out of a box.
It could not have gone better for HyuN. HyuN's in such a great place. After this, well, I mean, he's going to try and close it out. It's like Classic's going to try and hold this off on one base, but when you're this far behind, more and more links coming in. Once that photon overcharge is ended, there's nothing to defend.
Yep. He's actually going to start losing these gates. They're very, very low. And once the gateway falls, there's no way in. That's it. GG.
GG. Really nicely done from HyuN. Great start here. And, you know, Classic's one of those players that does get a little angry if something's not going his way, and a game like that could really get in his head.
It's a great build to get for game number 1. You get into somebody's head like this, you mess with their mentality, and there he is, man, the 3-headed beast. This is a sick start, and Classic, like you said, very easily gets emotional. And I think part of his successes recently is because he's been so dominant that no one can get in his head, no one can make him lose his cool.
He's been riding a high, man, and you know, when your biggest opponents are your teammates, it's going to be a lot harder for them to kind of hard counter you, like get in your head like the way anyone else would, because there's not as much pressure there when you play those grand finals. You understand them a lot better too, so it's a lot harder for you to be surprised.
Absolutely.